Hello everyone, and welcome back to SliverStar Arcade and more, the great Ace Attorney Chronicles. In the last episode, we finished part 1, and I haven't played this in a while because I've been extremely nervous for some reason. Like, I don't know if it's like I'm afraid something will irk me and then I won't want to play anymore, or if I'm just... I don't know, but... this is a miracle, because the last time I recorded this was like a whole day where it was quiet. And once again, we have another day where it's quiet because everyone's out for a tournament. So, I actually have a chance to play this again. First episode hasn't even been uploaded. But I am in the process of also recording, whatever it is. The Wild at Heart. Or the Heart at Wild, whatever. Let's just get into it. The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band. Let's hop into it. Also, I had a thought that maybe... Oh, wait. Looks like we're having a cutscene. Oh, The Adventure of the Unbreakable Speckled Band.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath.
Sholmes.
In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, lashing furiously with his cane at a point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air. I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view. Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The Speckled Band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike. It truly was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
Are we getting a Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson situation? 9th January. Oh, wait, when did the last trial take place? Wasn't the last trial like a few months ago? 6:37 a.m. on board the... I missed it.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Pray, do excuse me. The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way. So, this would appear to be a locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle. A Russian word. So, the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality. This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident, by the victim himself, I would venture. Well, what have we here?
Who are you, and what do you think you're doing here?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
Shh. That won't be necessary. You see, in less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This is murder. An cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you, and where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Sherlock Holmes. You must have heard of me.
Sherlock Shlomes. Really? Alright, well, once again, I love the animation, I love the voice acting. I don't think we've had that in an Ace Attorney game. If we have, I haven't seen it. Oh, whoops. Peeking the mic again. Ugh, my head is throbbing. What's going on? Oh my, did we get accused of murder again? Swear to God, we're starting to feel like Maya Fey. We're getting accused by murder every time we take 5 steps. Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Ryunosuke, wait, I can't move. God damn it. What the? Are we on a train? It sounds like a train, but clearly we're supposed to be on a boat. Why am I in handcuffs? Because the world hates us, Ryunosuke. So you wake up now, Oh, Russian. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are a true cold-blooded man. You know what? Is that offensive? That might be offensive. You found me then. We found you. And now you pay, criminal. How long are you hiding in that tiny wardrobe, sorry. Now you have been found. It is time to admit your crimes. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, No, I'll tell you everything. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that... Why did you do it? Why did you take his life? Sasode? Or... Susato? I can't remember. You're not going to vouch for me? Really? You know me. You know that I have been framed for murder in the past. One second. I gotta find out how long ago it was. Okay, so the last case took place in November. I think this is January, so it's been... December... It's been 2 months. It's been You think in 2 months I went from being framed for a crime to actually committing it? Miss Susato. Or Sato. Musato. Susato. Wait, what did you just say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? Oh. I was right by calling him our Mia. You know, sometimes I don't like it when I'm right. Ha! You pretend you do not know. You are a wolf in sheep's pelt. You are the killer. You do not try to make excuses. Okay, I'm not going to do the Russian accent. Okay, What? Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. Here, in this very cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. That bolt is clearly broken, and you are all blind. Once again, I'm the only competent one in the room. His body? Please. Do not try to tell us you are doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Fun fact, sleep murder is a real thing. Like, you got sleepwalk. Sleep murder is actually a real thing, and it's very tragic, because, like, you can look it up. There was a case in Canada. It's a very tragic thing that is very possible. But back then, in this time, they probably would have said, you did it, you're faking, or witchcraft. Regardless, all of them get you the noose. Kazuma's dead? But he can't be. And these handcuffs? Surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? What, were you his lover? Answer me, please. Lady, I didn't. You know this. No. No! Ugh, I did not like having to say that no. Kazuma. It was just 2 short weeks ago. Are you sure? Are you sure about this? Won't we get in trouble? Don't you find it funny being a stowaway? Or find it fun? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was going to die. Yes, I still can't quite believe that. I really didn't think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk. You must be even less of a man than you look. You know, normally I'd take offense to that, but in this case, I think we can use that as evidence to say it was impossible for me to kill Kazuma. Like, we've seen that man cut a samurai's top off. We would very clearly be dead on the floor if we ever tried to kill Kazuma. Hey, honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sea travel took like a long time. But if you confine yourself to my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. Ugh, I hope not. I get the feeling those Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. They're a sturdy bunch, that's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikotoba? You mean? From your close friend? More to the point, surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. So in other words, it's our word against everyone else's. I suppose so. Anyway, it's about time that the steward is supposed to come and clean the cabin. I know it's cramped, but you'd better get in there, I think. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yes, but what if the steward decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in it for sure. Stop worrying. I'll tell you what, why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? Then I can stick it over the wardrobe's door once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England, together! We leave you at next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make more trouble for yourself. Murderer. No, I'm not a murderer! Da, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I mean, yes, I did stow away on this ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. Susada-san? Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you too. Ugh, those eyes. She looks like she's ready to destroy me. Which makes me think she's not the love interest for this particular game. Also, I looked at the case for the game cover, or the cover on the game case. Yeah, no, we'll find someone else. She's ready to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Kazuma's death. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream? And these handcuffs, they think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer. When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside, with a broken lock. What do you mean? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from the outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped through these four walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit can only have been someone inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? This is impossible. Yeah, that everyone is this dumb. How did he die then? What happened exactly? Are you still going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Lady, I've been found guilty of shooting a man while I had a gun in my hand, and still proved my innocence. This will be a walk in the park. Please, Hisoda-san, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. Wow, you made a huge... They don't know how he died? The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there were no obvious external signs of injury then. That's true, yes. I swear to God, if he was poisoned, it's poison again. He was poisoned while having a meal, died in his cabin. About the incident. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened in this cabin? I don't understand it. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you know the answer to better than anyone. Please. Whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes, I was, but... He would always wake before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. I was waiting outside his cabin, as I have every day so far on this voyage. But this morning, he did not come. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Sasoda-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I went to find a member of the crew. How'd you guys get in if it was locked then? The crewman forced the door open, and when we managed to get inside... There was Kazuma-san, collapsed on the floor. And the white tape there now shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's just very hard to believe. You know, you're probably going to be like all, oh, I'm so glad we're friends by the end of this game. But no, like, they always do this in Ace Attorney, where they just have someone be a complete and utter distrusting asshole. And then by the end of the game, we're all supposed to be, oh, we like each other now. It's like, no. They always do this. Like, Edgeworth does eventually redeem himself, but that's because we have to defend him. But Francisca, well, actually, Francisca did save Gumshoe's life. But, like, Courtney from the Edgeworth games, like, she is mean to us at every possible step. Stops us, you know, literally obstructs justice. But claims that, you know... Oh, by the way, spoilers for all these games. Claims that, you know, she's doing everything in the name of justice. But then when it comes to actually do justice for a crime she herself witnessed, she decides to obstruct it for personal reasons. Don't get me wrong, I like Courtney. She's a great villain, but, like, she should not be our friend by the end of that game. Sorry, I'm rambling. This is all very hard to believe for me too. Trust me. Now I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. My head feels so heavy. It's still throbbing like anything. Stowaway. Why are you even on board this ship, Naruto-san? You said something before about being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now, and I've been shut up in this cabin the entire time. I had no idea. But how could you have occupied Kazuma's cabin for so long without him noticing? No, no, no. That would have been impossible, obviously. Oh. That... Yes, of course. That was interesting, that pose. Very much like Maya's. Kazuma invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. He actually asked you? But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Neither do I, lady. Kazuma, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? It's an idea that's been on my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself? Well, yes, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place with your own eyes, can there? Yes, there is. Tons of harm. Well, no, definitely not. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. Never be secretive, because if you die, you'll just get your friend landed in jail. Kazuma-san he was always saying the same thing, that he wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with you. The music's a bit loud for me, let me just turn it down a smidge. Yes, maybe. Something's still bothering me a little. The look in his eyes then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. Sasoda-san? I'm sorry that we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on this ship, I mean. If I know Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yes! Word perfect, in fact. Last night. If you're not the culprit, then tell me, what happened last night here in this cabin? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Well, yes. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-san was killed. Well, yes. I know it sounds unbelievable, really, I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. That's a weird phrase. Really? Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please, forget it. Sasoda-san, you have to believe me, I didn't do it. I really don't want to doubt you. But the trouble is, there's no one else who could possibly have done this. What, because some random Englishman said I did it? Ugh. Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? This line of dialogue made it feel like a Danganronpa game. Ugh, I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. You're going to feel real dumb when I'm proven to be innocent yet again. Almost as if we've gone through this before, and you helped with it last time. I'm sorry. Kazuma was killed right under my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Well, what do you propose to do then? I propose that I, the perpetrator, have immediate access to everything, and I may touch all the evidence, and hold on to some of it. I'm going to investigate. I'm going to find out exactly what happened here. I'm going to work out who took Kazuma's life, and how and why they did it. So I'm sorry, but you're going to have to excuse me. Hiya! Ow. What the? That was a Susato takedown. A Susato what? What martial art form is that? I'm going to need you to prove it. Sorry? Prove it? Oh, I can't do that if I'm in the cabin, lady. Yes, you're innocent. I need evidence. Also, why did she have a British accent? I'm pretty sure she's Japanese. Like, if she had an English accent, we could do that, because Americans probably aren't going to show up in this game, but, like, we already have Brits. Why does she have a British accent if she's Japanese? Unless she's not. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already what you achieved just a few weeks ago? Have you? So you are conscious, you are aware of what happened a few weeks ago. And you still think I did this? God, everyone is incompetent. You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, I see. She's expecting me to present some conclusive evidence. Oh, I got evidence. The tape. The tape was never ripped. And I couldn't put it on myself, which proves that I never came out of the closet. Whoa, I did not. I forgot it's... did not mean to phrase it like that. But Kazuma might have been in the closet. I have to get Susato-san to believe me. I'll show her some evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. Look at this badge. Stick this on the wardrobe for me. It says keep out in Japanese, so I'm not sure the Russian crew can actually read it. You can see the remnants of the glue we used to stick over the wardrobe. Although it wasn't proper glue, of course. We didn't have any of that with us. So I pulverized some rice into a paste to use instead. But a stowaway like me, every single grain of rice represented precious rations. That's why I spread it as thinly as possible as I could. I couldn't bear to waste any. Oh yeah, that's right. X is to present.
Yes!
Yes! Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oh, yes it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Kazuma always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Ah! Yes, of course. The gentleman who discovered you peeled that sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the door on my own. Yes, that's quite true. So this Herlock Schloms guy is a fraud. In other words, it's impossible that I killed Kazuma. Well, even if you are sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Kazuma-san thought so highly of you. Because of simple logic and deductive reasoning that a child could figure out? Like, geez, at this point, like, if this is what we consider intelligent, the Americans must be geniuses. Thank you, Susato-san. Now, do you think perhaps you could help me up? Oh, there's a T-bone steak on the floor. Or a bone of some kind. Well, in light of that evidence, I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating here at least. Thank you. So you finally believe me? I'm sorry. No. I just showed you conclusive evidence that proves I couldn't be the culprit. And you think that's enough evidence for me to investigate. But you also don't think it's enough evidence to say I'm innocent, despite it being enough evidence to let me handle evidence. I can now see why I never actually played the Ace Attorney games and just instead watched someone else do them. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you used some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. Oh, I forgot. We're in like Edo, Japan, where magic exists. What does she think I am, a magician? For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Listen to this music. Alright, let's get to work, Susato-san. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. Yes, you've made that painfully clear. Oh. I shall be watching you, to make sure you do nothing that might disturb the crime scene. I wouldn't want you using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Right. You know, it was cute when Maya did it. When Maya believed in magic. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot. This is Ace Attorney, where magic and the spirits 100% exist. I just remembered Maya and the Magatama Stone. Yeah, no, and Spirit Channel. Yeah, no, magic 100% exists. So her fears are correct. Yeah, there was a game where we literally had a ghost on trial. The Ace Attorney series is weird. Right. Oh, just so you know, I don't hate this game. I know I get angry at it, but that's because I'm having fun. I'm having fun at the ridiculousness of it. Like, I can act angry, right? But that's just good. Like, don't get me wrong. I legitimately do feel anger about these things, but, like, I don't hate this game. I love this game. It is my first playthrough, after all. And I probably should have come to expect this of Ace Attorney. Well, anyways, I should make a start on investigating in here. Everything I can. Kazuma, I swear. I will avenge your death. Also, I was completely right. Like, Kazuma was our Mia. Helped us with our first trial. Dead in the second case. And then someone who looks like Maya, who he was close to and had some form of relationship with, will now be our assistant. It's like they're repeating the same story beats because this is an origin story and we have to make those connections, yes. Alright, let's converse. Oh, we already conversed. So we're finally... What? How do I... Ah, that's how I do that. Alright. This is where dear Kazuma-sama would have sat wherever he was writing. So, Sama, which means he was like in a higher position than her? Like a teacher of some sort? So they weren't lovers, because you wouldn't call a lover Sama, I don't think. Like, we call him San, because we're friends. London Diary. Poor Kazuma, he didn't even make it to his destination. It looks as though his last entry is incomplete. Which means, what? He was in the middle of writing it when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Yeah! That's out of the question. What? Kazuma-sama may have departed this world, but you must not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important? Something relevant to the case? Yeah, you didn't think that far ahead. Alright, I won't read it. Watch, that's going to be a key piece of evidence. Poor Kazuma-sama. I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Trying to remember, there was another character who, like, everything we did, they thought was awful. Was it Pearl? Was it Pearl who thought, like, everything we did was awful until, like, the next case? I remember she didn't like how we treated Maya, despite us treating Maya more... Wait, here's a question. Maya was, like, 16, right? But lived with Phoenix. Did Phoenix adopt Maya, or was Maya, like... Because I feel like some service would put Maya into an adoption service. And Pearl, like, just lived with Maya, who herself should have been in an adoption program. Does Phoenix Wright have parental rights over Maya and Pearl? I'm rambling. I never thought about it that much. Oh dear, that won't do. Oh, what's the matter, Susoda-san? Whenever I'm examining these things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Ah, yes, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard. Are you, Nahudo-san? I literally did that. I'm sure you're careful to look around using plus and plus, aren't you? Now let's investigate all corners of this cabin. Yes, let's do that. I suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. We've had no field of vision. Alright, examine the cabin. It's some 2 weeks since we've set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time, Naruto-san? I think live-in isn't quite the right description. Oh, no? I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Ugh, I feel out of breath. Why do I feel out of breath? I feel lightheaded too. Oh, that's awesome. It gives us a check mark. I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. This is... yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have the bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really, that sounds almost magical. Don't you have wind chimes on, like, your front porches? Like, it's not... Alright. Shall we give it a little try? Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese people. No, I'm sure it's just that everyone is busy, that's all. They wouldn't have put it on here if... oh wait, no, I guess they don't know who's using... You're telling me I can't examine this phone thing? Alright. Let's get all the boring stuff out of the way. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Yes, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought aboard inside that case. Ah, yes, I see it says "this way up" in Japanese. Which, in hindsight, I should have realized a foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, then I was tossed on the floor in here. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than the Susoda-san takedown. Did I say Susoda-san? No, Susoda... What? Alright, trophy time! The books have fallen over the shelf, look! They have all toppled... oh wait, no, that's... they've all toppled the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? although he's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf had been ransacked, and everything mown down at once. I wonder if perhaps it was Kazuma-san doing his morning sword training, do you think? I seriously doubt it. I think it was a struggle. Then perhaps it was you, Naruto-san, in a fit of rage? I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess up a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown about have something to do with the case, I wonder? Yes, it's a sign of a struggle. Well, I'll just set everything straight again. I don't like seeing a mess. Tampering with evidence. Great. That's not going to help our case! These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. What? Why are you staring at me? Yeah, he broke both rules. Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. I'm not, no. Alright. There's a knife on the ground. Oh, that's probably for dining them. That's Kazuma's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that shows how important it was to him. And now he's gone. I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. And trust me, if this is anything like the other Ace Attorney games, he'll be haunting us for years to come. Although that might be different this time around. That's my dinner from last night, a roast chicken. It was really tasty. Yes, it was very delicious, wasn't it? But did you eat on the floor here? I'm not a dog, Susoda-san. I ate at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. But Kazuma-san didn't like chicken at all, did he? No, that's right. So we didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Oh no, does that mean poor Kazuma-san spent his last night on this earth with an empty belly? It's just too horrible. Ugh, now I'm suddenly having a guilty conscience and an achy stomachache. Oh, okay, so we can examine the table. There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason. I don't know why I'm tripping over my words. Yes, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. No, no, no! I think I got his voice down, like just... Seigi, the Japanese word for justice. The brushstrokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Well, I don't know about straight, but... Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet you... Can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can! I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on this ship? Oh. Yeah, now you're going to bring that up, aren't you? I can't win. No, she's got a point. What? The knife isn't separate from the bone? Also, what kind of chicken is that big? Even in today's standards, where we hype chickens up on steroids. Like, that thing's bigger than a long knife. Alright, let's talk to the guard. Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewman thinks of the scene of the crime. Excuse me. What? I was wondering how it's going, the investigation, I mean. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but this is not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking the investigator for information about his crime. Very funny. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke. He doesn't appear to be laughing either. He's convinced you're guilty. No thanks to you! He might have useful information though, I have to keep trying. So, last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Yeah, of course not. Now back to the corner of room and make silent. I say no more to you. Did I hit a nerve? Just for a minute there. He seemed a little flustered. Take a look at the lock. We'll get to the obvious stuff eventually. When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open... Oh, it's saved there. The bolt had been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt, not particularly sturdy. It just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel, the culprit used a needle and a thread to draw a bolt across from the outside room in a situation like this. Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. You just keep a book in your sleeve? But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. Ah, because of the boat. There would be no possibility of using that needle and the thread trick here, I'm afraid. Hey, actually, give me a second, I want to look something up. Okay, I can't find it, but so, for Herlock Sholmes, the symbol in his, like, glass eyes, I've seen that symbol before, and it was in a TV show called Murdoch Mysteries, where they had a book, like a Sherlock Holmes book. So I thought maybe that thing was, you know, a reference to that, but I looked up Sherlock Holmes book covers, and I couldn't find that symbol anywhere. So it's weird that both those symbols, in two different types of media, are associated with Sherlock Holmes, yet I cannot find an official source of actually relating that to real Sherlock Holmes. Also, by the way, I've actually never read a single Sherlock Holmes book, nor do I know any of the stories. Like, I know, you know, there's Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson, and Moriarty is the villain, and there's usually, like, you know, murder or, like, a jewel theft, right? But aside from that, I actually don't know anything about Sherlock Holmes. Aside from he's the greatest detective ever. Oh, what was that saying? There'd be no thread and needle trick here, I'm afraid. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Yeah, she does have a stone cold look about her. Alright, time to get to the obvious stuff. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Looks like a bell. Whatever the thing was, it appears to have broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little Netsuke fastener from a kimono outfit. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He wouldn't have secretly carried a cute little trinket like this around with him, would he? Hey, I thought kimonos weren't supposed to be tied in the front. So what's with hers? And the mark beside it, what is it, I wonder? It has a sort of brick-like hue. Yes, you're right. It is the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. That's it, he was killed with a brick. No, that's not. What? You're telling me I can't look at this? Oh wait, maybe I gotta be over here to look at it. Yeah, it just... Like, that's ridiculous that I can't look at that thing of ink. Are the words and the body going to be different? Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like it's written in ink. He must have knocked the ink pot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. I saw a word in there that I did not mean to see, and oh boy, is Luke Jin gonna have a field day with this. Then I suppose he wrote this message by dipping his fingers in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, was he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. I don't think that's Japanese, Nahuda-san. What? Then what language is it? It pains me to admit it, but I don't know. You were in the room when Herlock Shlomes said it was Russian. You are not this dense lady. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. What does it mean, I wonder? Japan is like right next to Russia, and you are on a Russian ship, and you don't know that it's Russian? I'm pretty sure you could compare the lettering to that picture right there next to the door, and you'd be able to discern it's Russian. Alright, time to... Was that everything in this room? Oh, wait, no, there's a grate. I think that's some kind of opening for a ventilator. In other words, the escape for the criminal. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, looks like it must be connected to the next door cabin. Yes, it would appear to, you're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. That's true. Perhaps it's so that the rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough, or something like that? I suppose. Maybe that's it. What? Who's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be European. Oh, how did he... You've noticed the man too, have you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in. Oh, I have no idea who he is or how he's got in here, but he looks suspicious. And tall. Suspiciously tall. Nahudo-san, don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. And he is investigating Kazuma's desk. And is he investigating Kazuma's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Jeez. That scared me. It was very silent. Well, in that case, we simply must talk with him. Am I just imagining it, or does Susoda-san look almost uncontrollably excited? By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but just in case, if you press A on people when they're in the crosshairs, you can converse with them. Alright then, I'll get that suspiciously tall gentleman in my sights and see what he has to say for himself. Oh, please do. Alright, do we have time for this? I'm going to say we're going to talk to him in the next episode. This video has run long, and I feel like this will be a turning point in the case. So, as always... Wait, no. So, thank you so much for watching, and as always, stay safe, have fun, and have a great day.